What is going on, everybody? It is Jamie Shaw again with another episode of the Absolute Basketball Experience. On today's show, we bring you Tennessee star Josiah Jordan James. We had a great talk about his upbringing. We had a great talk about his recruitment and the superstardom that he had going from unranked to a top 15 player, McDonald's All-American, having the likes of Coach K, Rick Barnes, Bill Self, Tom Izzo, et cetera, at every one of his games throughout his junior, senior live period at AAU. Great talk, awesome kid. Very excited about you guys listening to this. But before we get into it, I ask that you please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoy the interview, please feel free to spread it across your platforms as well. In the meantime, I want to hear from you in the comments who your favorite Tennessee player is of all time. So if you would, please just leave the name of your favorite Tennessee player of all time in the comments. That would be great. But without further ado, here is Josiah Jordan James on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. Enjoy. What is going on, everybody? It is Jamie Shaw here again with another episode of the Absolute Basketball Experience. I am here with Tennessee star Josiah Jordan James. Josiah, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. I appreciate you coming on. So I got to start. Your dad played at Michigan State with Magic.
Yes, sir.
How old were you the first time you beat him in one-on-one?
The first time I really beat my dad when he was really trying, I say I was about probably 10 or 11.
And how big of a deal was that?
I mean, it was the biggest deal. I promise you. I went to school talking about I beat my dad. I did this, I did that. And it was a big deal for me at the time.
And after that, did he pull the dad move and just retire and never play you again? Or
it actually happened. He got hurt. I was about to play. It was me and my cousin were about to play, him and my uncle. And he was warming up and he got hurt. And ever since that day, I think I was like 13. And ever since that day, he never played again.
Never again. That's awesome. So you started at Porter-Gaud as an 8th grader. You're a starter. And in total, you won 111 career games there, 3 state championships. How special was that team that y'all had at Porter-Gaud, and what do you think that team's legacy is within the history of the state of South Carolina?
I mean, it's crazy that you say that because, like, looking back at it, I didn't even know that we won that many games. Like, and at the time, you just don't think about it. You're just having fun. You're just being a kid. But, like, looking back at it now, like, we did something really special there over the 3-4 years of my high school career that, like, I can always look back and say, like, that's an accomplishment of mine that I can never, like, that's something I love it.
Mm-hmm. And then looking back at all the great teams that have come through South Carolina and stuff, how do you think that team, that core group of guys that y'all had in the history of the state?
I think that we would have matched up with any team very well. I think like 1 through 5, we had the best starting 5. But we could have matched up with any team throughout the history of South Carolina basketball. I was very confident in our group.
Absolutely. And looking honestly, you and Aaron need to be very close on that team together throughout. Y'all were the first teammates to win back-to-back Gatorade State Player of the Years in the state. Before. What does that mean to you? That accomplishment mean to you?
It means a whole lot. I mean, just going to the gym and seeing our banners next to each other now at Porter-Gaud High School, I mean, it's a lot because we push each other throughout the years. That's my brother. Like, I'm so excited and happy for him and what he's going through right now with him being in the NBA draft process. Just like seeing what we were able to accomplish, it means so much because I couldn't have done it without him.
No doubt. And I'd say Aaron's found some success.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Every time I look up, it's, Aaron doing this, and it's pretty cool to see. The summer between your junior and senior year, I'm sure was an absolute whirlwind for you. I know that you came to our event. You had the likes of Tom Izzo, Mike Krzyzewski, Rick Barnes, Bill Self following you all throughout the summer. What was that experience like for you?
It was really just a dream come true because, going into that summer, that AAU season, I had really been putting in a lot of work and just seeing that the work was paying off and then having the group of guys that I did and the program of TMP. It was just like the best of both worlds, just playing basketball as a kid and having the best college coaches come in and recruiting you. It was the best time of my life.
I couldn't imagine. It was like a traveling rock band or something. You're like all over the place. You ended up committing to Tennessee. You're Rick Barnes' highest level recruit and all that kind of stuff. What all went into that decision for you?
A whole lot. I mean, The coaching staff that Coach Barnes has put together at Tennessee, I believe, is the best in the country. I believe that at the time when I committed, I firmly believe it now. It's just, and going into Tennessee is everything that I expected and more. Like the culture there is, we've built a great culture, and I feel like what we're gonna in the future is gonna be really big.
Yeah. And, coming into Tennessee as a top 15 guy, McDonald's All-American and stuff, did you feel any pressure on yourself to perform coming throughout that year or just even coming on the campus?
Definitely, and I learned a lot about myself throughout this year, just about how the season went. Learned about myself as a man and as a player, and I feel like the season went fairly well, but I've grown in so many ways, and I feel like Tennessee is the perfect place for me to be at.
When you stepped on the floor for your first SEC home game against LSU, what was that energy like in the building? And what can you describe it as an SEC atmosphere?
It was crazy, man. It's like I played in a lot of crazy atmospheres, but that was definitely one of the highest ones because an SEC game on a Saturday afternoon, it's like you can't beat that. And especially at TBA, we have the craziest fans in the world, and it's just thousands of people just cheering and yelling. It's a great atmosphere for basketball fans everywhere.
A whole lot different from us.
Yeah, definitely a Portugal private school basketball.
So you were one of only two freshmen in the country who played over 800 minutes, shot over 36% from three, with a defensive box plus minus over 4 and a defensive rating less than 98. The other player was projected first round pick Josh Green. How do you feel that the season went for you?
I feel like it went good. I battled some injuries early in the season, throughout the season, but I feel like I've grown in many ways. The coaching staff has helped me in so many ways, just like by looking at the game, not always like the mental aspect of the game. I feel like I've grown a lot in just watching film, learning from my mistakes, and then making better mistakes in the future. And then I feel like physically, our strength coach Garrett Maynewald we're building some monsters over at Tennessee. So I feel like I'm really good in that aspect. But I feel like just being able to bring what I had in high school and bring that to Tennessee, and then have the coaching staff kind of mold me into the player they see me becoming has helped a lot.
And building on that a little bit, what has it been like to play for a legendary type coach, a coach who has had pros and some of the best players in the world play for him in the past? What's it been like playing for Rick Barnes?
It's a dream come true. He has so many great stories about all these guys, and because he's been doing it for so long, if you sit down and have a conversation with him, which he always does with all his players, like you realize how long he's been doing it and how like this guy is really like a Hall of Famer, and he's so down to earth. But when it comes to coaching, he's really tough on you. But then again, he's so willing to help you. Like he'll get mad at you in practice, but after practice, it's like, here, come sit down with me, let's watch. Let me show you where I need you to get better at, and just things like that, just little things that go so far in the process of having a relationship with your coach. He's one of a kind.
And then from the day you stepped foot on campus until right now, where would you say that either your game or yourself as a person, where would you say you've taken the biggest strides at?
I think this past year showed me a lot where I needed to be better at. It showed me a lot of my weaknesses, and showed me where I need to build on. Not things that I do well, but things that I don't do well, so that I'll be able to be effective in other ways. So I said just like being playing harder. Coach Barnes always harped on that. Just wanted me to play harder. He'd always get on me. He said, "This isn't Portugal private school basketball." All the time. So just playing harder, and just having a competitive edge.
You started from day one that you stepped on campus. You ended up starting 26 of the 27 games that you played and everything. With all these people who are going to the NBA, testing the NBA waters and stuff, you decided to come back. What all went smoothly for you?
Just knowing that, talking to the coaching staff and just knowing where the areas that I know that I need to get better at, and just having them lay out a blueprint of how we're going to accomplish it. Excuse me, and then just knowing that this summer I can take advantage of this summer being with the coaching staff, and them helping my game a lot.
So you're from Charleston, South Carolina, which has unbelievable food.
Yeah.
What's the food situation looking like in Knoxville?
Oh, it's almost second to none. It's up there with Charleston. It's really
Really?
good. It's really good. Yeah, they got some really good spots around campus because I don't have a car, but there's really good spots I could recommend you to.
What's your go spot? What's your go-to up there in Knoxville?
Okay, so there's a new place on the strip. It's called Wings for Knoxville or Wings Over Knoxville, something like that. Really good wing spot. And then right across the street from that, there's a Copper Cellar place. Really good food. So those two spots on the strip.
Wings. Are you a drum or a flat guy?
Oh, definitely a flat guy.
Gosh, see, my wife's the same way. See, I'm a drums guy. What's your go-to sauce?
I'd probably say barbecue.
Okay. See, I like that lemon pepper dry rub. So again, you're from the state of South Carolina. Stuff. South Carolina's going through right now an absolute resurgence in basketball prospects and talent and all that kind of stuff. What do you think is the reasoning behind why so many good players are now starting to come through the state of South Carolina?
So they breed athletes because there's so many athletes that I know who chose to pursue football or other careers in other sports that were so good at basketball. And I just think that we just breed athletes, and then we just take our talents to whatever sport we get into.
That's fine. Yeah, I tell it's like pretty much you can guarantee if you're a wide receiver from the state of South Carolina, you are also a Division I basketball player.
All across the
So obviously going through this quarantine time right now and the coronavirus situation, what does a typical day look like for you at this time?
I wake up, I have study hall from 10 to 11. I'll get some breakfast after that. And then I actually started doing yoga. So I'll do yoga for about half an hour, workout, stretch after my workout, Netflix, 2K, eat some dinner, and then do some push-ups and sit-ups. I'm just eating a lot and working out for real.
Yeah, hey, that's a good thing. Your game, your frame, your skill set is very unique. Who do you feel like, or who have you heard that you compare to as a player?
Yeah, I have to give thanks to God for giving me this friend, this natural talent. But I've heard that coaches want to see me play like Jimmy Butler. They say I could be a direct replica of him.
That's not a bad comp. And for those who may not have seen you play or anything, how would you describe your game?
I'd say I'm very versatile. I can guard multiple the positions on the defensive end. I can handle the ball. I can shoot the ball pretty well, something that I couldn't do before I went to Tennessee. But I think I have really good IQ of the game.
That's good. And what are your goals next season, both personal and as a team at Tennessee?
Well, I'd say all my goals are team oriented. I want to win a national championship, of course, like everybody else does. But I want to win SEC championship. But I think going in with the difference between this summer, because you had the same goals really last summer and this summer, you really know how to accomplish the goals and what you need to do as a team and as an individual to take steps towards that goal each and every day. And that's why I'm confident in us.
And so to wrap things up, we typically like to do a rapid fire, 3 quick questions, give first answer that comes to your mind. Would you rather be invisible? Would you rather read minds or be able to fly?
Be able to fly for sure.
If you could be any cartoon character, who would you be and why?
I'd be Lightning McQueen from Cars because he's
what's the weirdest food that you've ever eaten?
You might not think it's weird, but I think sushi is so weird, and I do not like it at all.
Oh, wow. I love sushi. I get it, though. It's not for everybody. Wrapping up here, do you have anything that you want to say to the Tennessee fans or any Josiah Jordan James fans?
I just want to say thank you for all you've done for me and the impact that most people don't know that you've had on me. Like, you were the first person to introduce me to Coach Schwartz. I just want to say thank you to you, and I appreciate all you've done for me.
Absolutely. If you would do me a favor, tell your mom, hey, your dad as well. So I saw her this past year at the Skeeza game. She came to the Porter Cal game and stuff. It's always just fun to see. Josiah, I appreciate you taking some time out. Been very fun to watch you ever since middle school all the way up to what you're becoming, and I can't wait to see what your future brings for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. For Josiah Jordan James, I am Jamie Shaw on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Thank you guys very much. And there you have it. Josiah Jordan James on the Absolute Basketball Experience. What a great young man. What a great conversation. I've been knowing Josiah since he was in middle school and been involved in watching him grow throughout those 111 wins in high school, throughout the 3 state championships, throughout the unknown player nationally to McDonald's All-American and in the process, and what he is going to become. What an unbelievable young man. His growth both on the court and off the court as well. He's going to be a very successful person. If you have not already, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. Please be sure to give this thumbs up for this specific video. And if you enjoyed the interview, please be sure to share it across your platforms as well. We look forward to seeing you. Don't forget to put in your comments who your favorite Tennessee player is of all time. For Josiah James, I am Jamie Shaw on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Thank you guys for tuning in.